Do I ever get lonely being a truck driver? Honestly, I do get super... If there's something else I have to have a lot, do I ever... As a truck driver, something I don't have is a normal sleeping schedule. So all my deliveries are always at scary truck driving experiences. Vámonos! When I head up to the bay, I always take the 152 towards Los Baños, but this time I ended up taking the 99. Never do that again because the construction is garbage. Anyways, I was driving and I was recording a video. I had my... Do I ever get lonely being a truck driver? Honestly, I do get scary. As a truck driver, something I don't have it. This is my nighttime routine as a truck driver. Since I'm not in my white truck, I don't have curtains, so I get a blanket and I just put it along the windshield. After that, I do the seatbelt trick. The seatbelt trick, you pretty much get your seatbelt and loop it through the door handle, so that way no one can open the door. And I set the AC to extra cold, that way I stay nice and cold inside my truck. Then I do my bed and I call my son on the Amazon Glow. The cool thing about the Amazon Glow is that ever since I become a truck driver, I haven't been able to be there for my son physically, but it allows me to be there for him virtually. I'm on the road for about 5 days now, and ever since I started using the Amazon Glow, it's helped me still be able to read for my son and teach him things that I can't do when I'm not there. If there's one thing my son loves to do is solve puzzles. So right here, we just solved a puzzle, and then I always read a book to him every night before he goes to bed. Since I can't... This is the time when my uncle almost fired me. This had happened 2 weeks into me working with him. He had sent me and my trainer to go pick up a load in Turlock. He told us to disconnect from the 53-footer and take the 48-footer. See that damage right there on the truck? I'm gonna tell you guys how this happened. To the yard first before my trainer and me knew I wanted him. I'm 100% sure you guys probably know a lot about truck driving by now. If there's one thing I feel like you guys don't know, is myself. I never really introduced myself to social media. I kind of just started doing it. With that being said, my name is Alex Nino. I'm a 24-year-old truck driver, and I've been driving for about 3 years now. I'm driving back in... This is the time someone tried breaking into my semi-truck, and the seatbelt trick actually helped me out. Usually, I kind of just do the seatbelt trick whenever I'm in the brown truck, because the lock on the passenger door doesn't always lock. I stayed in Oakland because I had a delivery in the morning, and a homeless person tried getting into my truck, and I had the seatbelt trick done, and the minute I heard someone try opening the door, I got up right away, and the minute they seen me pop my head out, they took off running. And right here, I'm gonna show you guys an example of what happens when you do the seatbelt trick and someone tries opening the door. Also, let me throw a fun fact about the seatbelt trick. It's actually scientifically proven that if you do the seatbelt, this is the time someone tried breaking into my semi-truck. So yesterday, I randomly texted my uncle and I told him, hey, can I take your gray truck later? And he said, okay. I don't know if this just opened up a new level of trust between me and him, but when he said okay, I started losing my shit, because look at this thing. It's beautiful. He doesn't let anyone drive his truck. He's let my brother-in-law before, but other than that, no one else has driven his truck. So the fact that he told me yes, I was like, all right, I'm running with it, and I'm taking it before you change your mind. First things first, I had to feed his baby for him because he had it on itch. I was so nervous driving this thing, not only because it's my first time ever driving a 389, but because, like I said, it's literally my uncle's baby. I'm gonna lie, I felt like a bad and I even did a little toot-toot. So yesterday I randomly texted my... Finally gonna call it a night. I got way too sleepy to keep driving, so I found the closest spot that I can pull over to the side of the road safely, and I parked my truck, and now I'm gonna get ready for bed. Whenever I stay in the middle of nowhere, I always make sure to do the seatbelt trick. The locks doesn't fully work, so sometimes it locks and sometimes it doesn't, so I always do the seatbelt trick, because I've had people try breaking into my truck before, and the seatbelt trick has helped me out. Who would have thought sleeping in the semi-truck is actually this comfortable? It's probably one of the most comfortablest, coziest places to sleep in, especially when you have these Mexican cobijas. To be honest, the white truck is way more comfortable than this one. Close my sleeper curtain. Usually sleep with my boots on, but today I was feeling a little bit on the normal side, so I took them off. And now the best part, time to go to sleep. Good night. Finally gonna call. Good morning, you guys.
Do you know why I brought you here?
Maybe.
Every chicken nugget you eat, I'll give you $100.
Sounds easy enough.
Eat a chicken nugget. Here you go.
Alright.
Here you go.
Oh my god, this will be hard.
Here are some survival tips that could actually save your life one day. If you're ever out...
These are the single greatest chips in the game right now. And no, I'm not talking about French fries. Sorry, England. I'm talking about the crispy, crunchy snacks that you can find at markets and sub shops around the country. Now, there are a few dominant brands in the industry that we have to take a look at. We have Lay's, Ruffles, Pringles, Doritos, and Cape Cod. Don't get... I'm about to lose my...
Here are 5 reasons why I hate my 1968 Ford Mustang. Let's talk about it. So the first thing is how dangerous it is to drive a classic car. We do not have any airbags here. We have no airbags here. And my seatbelt is literally one strap. In addition, back in the 60s, there weren't that many safety requirements, especially for this gas thing. So if I get rear-ended, this full car is catching on fire. The next reason why I hate this car is how impractical it is. So I have 0 power steering, I have 0 power brakes, and I have no AC. Imagine driving all manual. The third thing that I hate about this car is the gas mileage. I get 10 miles per gallon on this V8 carbureted engine. This thing drinks like no other. The fourth thing that I hate about this car is how unreliable it is. If you watch my YouTube video, you saw my ignition system break, my power steering break, my fuel system break, and my wheel almost fell off my car. The fifth and final reason why I hate this car is how little horsepower and slow this thing is. Back in the day, 150 horsepower was a lot, but now it's like a Prius. Here are 5 reasons why I hate my 1968 Ford Mustang. Let's talk.
A ton of people on TikTok say you can make easy money painting people's addresses on their curbs, so let's go knock on some doors and see how much money we make. The first 3 houses told me no until this guy.
Yeah, I've been going around to your neighbors, painting their addresses and stuff. I can have it done in like 45 minutes.
So I went out and started working on this guy's curb. It was pretty easy. It only took me like 30 minutes to finish the whole thing up. He paid me the $25, then told me to go to his friend's house. So I went over to his friend and started working on that one. It took me like 25 minutes. The guy paid me and it was an easy $50. So you could for sure make like 50 to 60 bucks an hour doing this, and it's really easy. If you don't want to knock on people's doors, you can post up ads in neighborhood Facebook groups, or you can leave flyers at people's doors to advertise. You can buy everything you need to start doing this for like 20.
So after about 5 days, Ike is just now coming out of his hole, so let's go catch up with him and feed him a giant cactus pad.
Hey, buddy. You are dirty. We gotta give you a wash. You hungry, buddy? Ike just made his own Christmas tree. Is that good, buddy? We gotta give you a wash. There you go, buddy.
So we got Dino right there, we got Tina, and we got Demi working on the burrow. And it looks like she made a new room next to Dino.
Hey, Demi. No, Demi. Demi.
You don't have to run away. All right. It looks like she stopped right there. We're gonna... go get her a snack. All right, we went and got some strawberries, and these are huge, but let's see if she changes her mind.
Come here, Demi. You gonna eat the whole thing? Was that good, Demi? Was that good? I don't want to eat my finger. I'll wipe your face off.
We got Dino right there.
So Tillman has his favorite toy, Woody, and Ike is just now coming out of his hole, so let's go feed him a cactus fruit.
Hey, buddy. You hungry, buddy? Hey, buddy. What's up, buddy? You hungry, buddy?
So it's super early in the morning, and we got Ike just now coming up from his burrow, and we're about to lure him to the backyard so we can hang out with him. This is what a daily routine looks like for all the baby tortoises. This is what a daily routine looks like for all the baby tortoises. and today it's their feeding day. So to first start off their morning, they made their way out of their little tortoise hides and got some sun for a few hours, and they even soaked in their pond for a little bit. But even though they have a pond, it's still good to give them soaks every single day. So we went ahead and gathered them all up and gave them a nice soak for about 15 to 20 minutes, which I do every day. I also like to soak them under the sun so they're able to absorb all the UV rays from the sun itself and grow a nice and round shell. But it's also their feeding day, and today they're going to be eating on some green leaf lettuce as well as some Zoomed tortoise calcium that we put on their food so they can get everything they need as babies. And now it's time to refill their pond and water the grass, which is one of their favorite parts of the day. And to wrap up their evening, they made their way back into their little tortoise hides. This is